continuing a conversation here on the south coast of Spain that began with my brother's appearance at Rustler's Retreat in South Africa almost 8 years ago in 1996.
From my point of view as not a believer, but an entertainer of time wave theory, is life has become this weird confirming spectacle. As I watch everything go on, I'm asking questions nobody else, I think, could hardly imagine. Like, is the reason her dress is cut that way because she is an echo of Franklin the Fat's wife, Angelina? And similar quasi-schizoid ruminations in which what I'm always trying to do is see the echoes. And I see people come to me and stand in front of me, and I see the flicker of Blake, or the crooked smile of Jefferson, or the glinty gaze of Sade, and it all comes mixed together. And then I find myself in situations which are rehearsals of other historical events. And other people do this, but they don't understand how it sounds to me. Like yesterday on our hike, someone kept saying, was it you? Kept saying, the tribe marches south, or something like that, echoing the great pilgrimages in the history of South Africa, right? When various people moved south, the Great Trek. But then, of course, in American history, there are many great treks. And of course, what is history but great treks on one level? Well, so to the time wave informed mind, this seemingly trivial remark is incredibly rich, because in some way we are repeating the Great Trek. Everything becomes paradigmatic. Every action is somehow what it is, but also the morphogenetic ghosts of other times and other places.
Behind us, the unknown. Before us, the secret.
A human body incarnated in time is an extraordinary tool for understanding being and meaning. And what I really am is sort of the front end of a gene swarm that is continually reassembling itself in different combinations. And if you could see my son or my father, you would see how I am theme and variation on something larger than any individual that is spread through time. The idea of the Tao of the ancestors, I think, is simply that if you feel into your body, like how you hold a machete, how you mount a horse, that's how your people have always done that. That's the best way for you to do that. That's the easiest way for you to do that, because that's the Tao of the ancestors. And if you can feel the Tao of the ancestors in everything you do, how you hold a teacup, how you walk, how you talk, you become somehow connected into something more than yourself, and you can draw a vitality and a strength from that. If you don't do things according to the Tao of the ancestors, then it's difficult. It's like pushing against the river. Your muscles, your eye, your mind wants to do things a certain way that is your heritage, and to yield to it is like suddenly to find the world made of mercury. Everything seems to work as though it's superconducting. Sometimes you experience this on psychedelics. I think that's what the Tao is. It's tuning out the static of individual existence and planting yourself firmly in the morphogenetic field of your gene pool. And then things unfold very naturally and without stress. The distinction between adult and child is largely artificial. In other words, much of the world confuses me. Much of social situations, sexual dealings, drugs, I find myself wishing somebody had educated and explained it all to me. You don't ever suddenly understand, you know. We all carry with us into life blank spots in our understanding. So I consider myself at age 50 to be in a state of prolonged adolescence and ever learning and assimilating and passing on to young people, which is, I don't say child, I don't say adolescent, I say young people, whatever I know, and learning from them similarly to get connected up. My life is like science fiction. I feel, I don't know, the word trapped is slightly paranoid, but I feel enclosed within something like a Philip K. Dick novel. With the advice of Phil K. Dick, James and Nora Joyce are actually running my reality. I don't know about your reality. The tension in my personal life is I was an odd vessel for this job. I am an extremely rugose and tormented creature, a double Scorpio and Catholic upbringing, and I see every situation from 15 points of view, and I can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of this, the complications in existence. And so what it's come down to for me is I've had to realize that it's very hard to do shamanic research and be a missionary and a propagandist. But so that's my dilemma, how to do what I've been doing for years, which is the only thing I understand, you know, is talking to people and that sort of thing. I would starve under a bridge if I couldn't do this because I'm too something for organizational or institutional life. Everything I am and have discussed with you and so forth was developed away from the public eye. And the other thing is, you know, being a public figure is a really stupid thing to be. You participate in some of the sleaziest and most tainted machinery of the culture, and you see how people are manipulated. You see what the cult of celebrity is and how people are invited to disempower themselves in its presence. And it's you know, as they say of sausage and foreign policy, it's not something you should ever watch being made. Anyway, that's enough of that. My function is to sort of serve as an information nexus for data on psychedelic plants and chemistry and narrative, and to just sort of encourage people to explore their own minds and so forth and so on. Very weird, very weird. You know, it's a circus from another dimension. It's a traveling carnival from Zenebel-Ganubi. It's, you know, has implications that just raise the hair on the back of your neck if you let it sink in. But it's all in good fun. See, it's zany. Take a spin, 10 chances for $1. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Question me and deliver me from this rant.